I'm not salty about it, but like, I'm salty about it, you know what I mean? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the other day I posted this throwback on my Instagram and I got a few messages from people asking me like, were you on American Idol? Like, were you on American Idol? And I was like, I really feel like it's time for me to sit down and tell the story about what actually went down, what actually happened, just explain. Because it was actually, honestly, one of the most fun times that I've ever had. And I always post throwback pictures, but I don't ever really tell people what happened. Okay. So in 2014, I went to Disney World with my best friend and her family. We were there for a couple of days, just kind of like chilling out. And then I think it was like on the third day. On like the third day, we went through, God, I am not like too familiar with the Disney World names, so don't be upset with me, but it was like a fun day. It was like a fun, regular, normal day. And so we walked through this like area, and it's like a musical area. Like it's known for music, like the rock and roll ride or whatever is like in this area and everything. So we walked through this like one part around like the back, and it's this like studio looking building. And there's also like a restaurant. So we were sitting in the seats, and I look up and I happen to see this sign that was like American Idol Experience auditions. And I was like, oh, that like looks kind of cool. And it was like happening at this certain time. So I was like, you know, it would be kind of fun if I got to like audition for that. Her mom sat with me and we waited until the time that it was. We waited about like an hour, 30 minutes until the audition time. And then when the audition time came, my best friend at the time and her dad came back and we went into the audition together, my best friend and I. My best friend didn't sing. I just wanted her to go in with me for her moral support. So this is when the cool parts, like the cool stuff starts happening. So I go in with my best friend. I asked them if she can go in there with me. And I'm waiting in this like kind of like cave room, and then they call me in and she goes in with me, and I meet up with this woman, and that's the first producer. And she asked me what my name is and everything, and like I'm super nervous. I think I'm like 19 at this point. I'm like super nervous. This is the first time I've ever done like an audition where I've actually had like a cognitive like understanding of what was happening around me. So I sing for this woman. I sing the song People Help the People by Cherry Ghost. It was like my highest watch cover at the time, so I was like, oh, I think it'd be kind of like smart to sing a song that a lot of people liked my voice on. So I sang that song, and the producer was like really impressed because it was a song obviously not a lot of people knew. She was like, I'm gonna put you through, but when you see the second producer, I want you to sing a song that like is a little bit more popular. So she gave me an Alicia Keys song, and she gave me a Jackson 5 song, and I went from producer 1 to producer 2. So my best friend and I went over to the other room, and like she made like a joke that she was like my manager and stuff like that, which was like funny because everyone always makes that joke, but they don't really know what a manager does. So we go over to room 2. We're in producer room 2 now. It's a man, and I sing the Alicia Keys song. So I can't even remember what the Alicia Keys song was. But I remember I was like so nervous. I did not do well, and like it didn't sound good. And the guy was like, well, you have 2 songs, sing your other song. And like my best friend is in there. She's just like, you're just nervous, like shake off all your nerves, like it's gonna be fine. Which is like, I really feel like it helped having her in there with me. I sang the Jackson 5 song, and they were like, we like you, we're gonna put you through, you're gonna be competing. And it's like, okay, that's so exciting. So they give me this like pen. I wish I could find the memorabilia. I have no clue, you guys. I searched my room, and actually in the searching of my room to find the memorabilia they gave me, I realized I was a pack rat, but that's beside the point. They gave me a pin that said like American Idol Experience on it, and it had Koren written across it. And then they gave me this like cool, like, you know, like when you enter a race and they give you a racing number, they gave me like an audition number piece of paper to pin to my clothes, and they gave me a lanyard that said I'm going to be on the American Idol Experience. And then they sent me on my way. So I went and I walked around, and the point of like all the memorabilia that they gave me was so that I could be like a walking advertisement for people in the park. So like if people saw me with it on, they could be like, oh, like what are you doing? Like, what is that? And I could tell them like, I'm gonna be at the American Idol Experience later. Like, if you have time, like stop by and watch me perform at like 8 o'clock. So we like did run, we like went into like, I can't even remember what this ride's called, but it's like the rock and roll ride or something like that. And we bumped into this like really cute, sweet little girl, and she was just like, oh my God, I'm standing next to somebody famous. And it's so funny to me when kids say that, because that's just like, it's like not even true. It's not even close to being true. And so it's always funny when like young kids are like, oh my God, like you're famous. I'm like, I'm not famous, but you're so cute. Like, oh my God, thanks. So we go back to the producing audition room, and they bring me to this second room. So like they are giving me the real rundown experience. Like when they say American Idol experience, it's truly an American Idol experience. That's what they're giving you for one full day. So there was 3 things that they put me through, if I can remember correctly. So number 1 was more like vocals. Second one, you sang your song like twice for them, and they just kind of told you what to fix. The second one was hair and makeup. And then the third one was showmanship. So the first one they sent me through, I sang the song for them twice, and they told me that I needed to work on like smiling when I sang and just like really being into like the song. And that was the first time I heard that. So then I go in through hair and makeup, and I'm wearing like I'm wearing a weave, and I'm wearing a sew-in. And luckily the hair and makeup was a Black woman. I really felt blessed to like walk into hair and makeup and see that it was another Black woman. So she put me in this like really mild like makeup, and I had this like signature hairdo, as you like saw in the other picture, where I would like put my hair like this and then just like put it in a little bun, and like that was my hairdo. Like I really loved that hairstyle. I did it probably a little bit too much. So she then took my hair down, and she just kind of like she braided it and then rolled it up and pinned it, and I looked like a little milkmaid. I wasn't a fan of the hairstyle. The lady was really nice. I was like, look, I'm wearing a weave, I'm on vacation, and the weave is not cute. I've been in the pool. She's like, don't worry, girl, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. Then they sent me to showmanship practice, and they tell me like, you just on stage, you need to really kind of open up and, be more present, and you need to smile. So like, that's the second time I heard like, I need to smile more when I'm on stage. Like when you're singing, you don't really look like you're present, which is like probably true, because I was really nervous, and I did like, it all happened so quickly. I was just kind of like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, as I was soaking in the moment, like something else was happening. Like you really don't even have time to kind of like soak in that moment, because right when you're like, oh my God, like I'm getting my hair and makeup done, it's like, all right, well, you're done with your hair and makeup, time to go to the showman person. It's like, okay. So they told me I need to smile more. Cool. So then I walk in and I meet the other 2 contestants. So what the whole grand prize is that whoever won was going to win an immediate audition to the American Idol. So like when you audition for American Idol, you have to audition for producers, which is what I did. But if you won, you got to just go straight through an audition for the judges, which is still like a long process, because a lot of the judges see a lot of people, but you don't have to go to the producers. You don't have to go to that awkward, like, will they pick me? Won't they pick me? Will I get to meet the judges kind of thing? So I go in through the door, I meet the other contestants. One's an older woman. She looks like she's maybe like 35, 40. And then the one is like a young girl. She looks like she may be like 16. The older woman talking to like the other people who were like backstage, she seemed like she had like been through the audition like a few times. Like people knew who she was. So we're in this green room, and there's a TV in the green room. And they pretty much like run us down. They're like, you're gonna be with this person's gonna like bring you to this curtain. You're gonna come out, and your music's gonna start, and you're just gonna like start, and you're gonna sing, and you're gonna go. So I can't remember if I went like first or second, but I think I went second. I went second. And so like when I came out, I sang I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. And when I came out, I was like smiling, because I remember they told me like 2 times that I had to smile. I wasn't smiling. So I came out, I was smiling. I I pointed to like one of the judges, and I remember like scanning the audience, and like nobody looked like they were like into my performance, which was like fine, because I was having the time of my life. I was on stage like in Florida, Orlando freaking Florida, on the American Idol experience. Like 19-year-old me could not even comprehend. There was so many people in that auditorium. like the auditorium went really far back, and I remember like my lyrics were like up at the back of the auditorium. So if I forgot my lyrics, it just kind of felt like karaoke a little bit. So like my lyrics were in the back. I remember like looking at my lyrics the whole time just in case, even though I already knew the words. And like my friend did not film, which, I mean, I know she was like living in the moment or whatever, but it was like almost frustrating that she did not film, because you don't really get to sing on the American Idol experience every single day. It's like not an everyday thing that gets to happen. After I performed, the judges told me, like, they like asked me like what I want to do, and I'm like, I want to be a singer, like I want to like carry on doing singing. And they gave me my critique and once again told me I need to work on smiling. And I was like, if I hear that shit one more time, kidding, but like they told me that so many times. I was like, there's no way I can forget. It almost seemed like after, because they told me so many times, it almost seemed like one of those things that were like, they chose one thing that like I could work on, because I feel like they kind of already knew who the winner was gonna be, and then just like nailed into that like one point. Because I remember like when I got on the stage, I remember thinking like they told me to smile, and so I made like more strides to smile when I was on the stage. So it wasn't like I didn't listen to their advice and I didn't try. Like I smiled when I got out there, I smiled when I did this number, I smiled like at the end, like in the middle, like I smiled, you know what I mean? So I really feel like they just kind of chose one point and then just kind of kept like regurgitating it through like everybody that I went through. So I remember there was this one point where we were all sitting on the stage. When I was in like one of the rooms, they asked me like, who is your favorite like American Idol contestant? And I was like, Carrie Underwood. Like, so they set up this video. They're like, Koren, like you told us your favorite like person was Carrie Underwood. Pre-made videos, like they weren't personalized. It's not like she was like, hey Koren, but it's like this big screen. They're like, look over there, and like I look over and the screen is like, it's like Carrie Underwood, and she's like, I just want to tell you like to do your best and to do great and like to have fun. It's like all these motivational like words from Carrie Underwood. Like no matter what happens, you're always a winner. So the reason why they kind of like showed Carrie Underwood is like they were spotlighting each contestant, and so like the older woman's spotlight was like a rundown of kind of like who she was and like who her family was, and then like the younger girl's spotlight was like her walking throughout Disney. So like I don't know when maybe she auditioned like earlier and they had time to like walk around with her and her family like at Disney, but like our spotlights were like so completely different. Not that I don't know like what the history of like the other contestant was, but I know that for me personally, because I auditioned like 7 hours earlier, I was not a calculated contestant. Basically, to wrap this whole thing up, because my phone keeps running out of storage, is the older woman won, and it was cool, it was fun, I had a lot of fun. I'm not salty about it, but like, I'm salty about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just wanted to tell this story because it was long overdue. I wasn't on American Idol, but I was on the American Idol experience at Disney World. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you guys for listening.